Prepping, bugging out. Your bug out bag, grab bag, or whatever American expression you want to use to define what it is you're going to be taking with you. When, I'm sorry, did I have my relations done the back of anyway? If you're going to be on the run, or as I was for nearly 20 years, if you're going to be legging it from zombies or whatever for 4 days, all you need is a toilet roll. That's it. You can do 4 days without food and water. You don't need a tent or a hammock or an Airbnb. All you need is to find yourself a hedge, crawl inside, and stay there. So, if it's just going to be bugging out for 4 days, all you need is a toilet roll. This is not luxury, this is basics. A bin bag. Now, use your imagination and imagine that filled up with 20 extra little packets of noodles. Yep, so it's essentially a bin bag. That is your 28-day bug out bag. You don't need a massive rucksack. You want the bin bag because it's waterproof. Put it over your head, you've got yourself a waterproof jacket. So your essentials are food, water, shelter, and a ship. These things, very light, they generally work out about 4 quid. You get 28 of those, that gives you your drink and your food in one. What we have: medicine, paracetamol, and a tube of salt. There's a reason why salt was used as currency. So that's your medicine sorted out. Your water supply, 2 bottles. If you find a cattle trough, they will have a reservoir that feeds the main trough. Take the lid off, don't take it from that reservoir. You'll see a little ball cock, push it down, and fresh water will come into the reservoir. Use that to fill your bottles. If you are going to use seawater or stream water, fill 1 bottle, put it next to that one with the lids open. The one that's going to collect fresh water, keep it cold and dark, cover it with stones or dirt. This one, keep warm. If you've got a fire going, get some warm rocks, put around it. The warmer this gets, it will evaporate and condense in here. It will taste like crap, but it will sustain you. Also, get yourself a nice little water straw. These things, generally they're the same. They'll do you about maybe 6 months. So the way these things work is, you can suck it straight out the stream, or you fill a bottle up with water, screw it on the end, turn it upside down. The stream water will flow down through the filter, take the cap off, put a bottle underneath, tie it to a tree, and that will just filter down through with gravity. That's your water supply sorted out. Your food supply, noodles. Lots and lots of noodles. Also, as a treat, a packet of extra strong mints. It gives you a psychological buzz, as well as a bit of an energy boost. This is a basic thing for 28 days. So that's your food and your water dealt with. Cooking your noodles, starting a fire. This is an arclizer. It does not require gas, it does not require flints or petrol or anything like that. All it requires is electric. So, and it works a bloody treat. To recharge it, USB lighter. All it requires is electric. This is a charging cable. It's just a USB to USB-C. All you do is you plug it in there and plug it in a power pack. This is a power pack, hand crank, solar panel, torch, radio, blah, 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 blah. You can also use it, you can charge it up here. You can also use that to recharge your lighter. Also, psychologically speaking, having a radio on, it makes a massive difference. For eating your noodles, there's no fork, there's no spork. This is basics, keeping the weight down to a minimum. There's no point in having a big backpack if you're limping, or if you've got to carry it 10 miles. You want something lightweight. A knife. This is actually a really good one. It's good because it's got a very, very wide blade. I mean, it's only about 1 inch long, but that is a very good blade for doing things like kindling, tinder, that kind of stuff. We're not scalping mammoths, we're just basics. Kettle to boil your water. You don't need a stove. You can pile rocks up. Toilet, hygiene, cloth, handy for if you're sweating, or if you have a changing diet, you will either get constipated or explosive diarrhea. That's just normal. So, this is a syringe. Believe me, these 3 things means you will not need toilet paper. Really simple. This is a bidet. This is a syringe. You get yourself a bit of treat, you get yourself a bit of sap from a plant, rub it around your ass, blast yourself with cold water from a stream. That will clear out your lower colon. It makes it go to the toilet a lot quicker, a lot faster, and a lot less messy. Use that to give yourself a cleaning. Use that for anything else. Give us a wash afterwards. Oh, it's dirty. Really? Is this really dirtier than massaging excrement into your flesh? So that saves you having to take toilet paper. Consider how many rainforests a woman gets through in a day. Right. So that's your shelter. That's your food, your water, your toilet, all sorted. Done. Your medicine, sorted. Done. Next is your accommodation. This is your accommodation. This is my accommodation. Do what you want to do. This is what I do. This is a hammock. You don't have to use it as a hammock. When you're taking these things out, don't pull it out, grab hold of it and pull the bag off. This is called a pop-up. So what we do is, it pops up. I just threw something down the back of the bed, never mind. It's a lot better when it's strung up between trees. But what you can do is get some twigs and just peg it out. Yes, I said pegging. There we go. So you peg it out. It will give you a tent on the ground. You don't have to have a sleeping bag or an underblanket. It's for an emergency thing. It's all you want in your emergency accommodation is something to keep you from lying on wet ground, to keep the bugs from off you. You got a little rain tarp to keep the rain off you. It's that simple. This thing stretches out to 3 meters, which is plenty enough to accommodate you and all your crap. And that is it. So you have your 28 days, food, shelter, water, accommodation, all sorted out, bit of medication. What more do you want? KFC. There are plenty of extras you can put in if you've got space. Personally, I would rather stick with my 28-day setup, but transfer it into a Bergen and then fill it up with a bottle of actual water just for when I'm on the move and a load of food. Lots of it dehydrated. This is a full-size Bergen. You can get a half-size one, which I've got as well. Full-size one can double up as a bit of a sleeping bag. I can fit in it up to my tits, to there. You pull this up and it goes up to my neck, to my chin. I'm 5'7". This will actually go up to my neck. If you're walking along and it rains, the lid, flop it over you, keeps the rain off. It will hold a lot of weight and carry a lot of stuff. Extras you might want to consider taking would be things like a couple of pair of socks, so you've got a spare. An actual toilet roll, not so much for wiping your ass, but for lighting fires. A little 1 sheet of toilet paper is a lot better than any kindling. It gives you that initial flame. A couple of t-shirts, jumper. So if you do get wet, you've got something dry to put on whilst you're waiting for your stuff to dry off. There's the hole. There's the hole. Can't get it in the hole. It's my age. Other things you might want to take. sleeping bag. You can have something underneath your sleeping bag in the hammock to keep the draft off. I have actually just ordered an underquilt, under blanket thing. I think it was 21 quid. There's about 30 of them for sale on AliExpress. They're all identical. They just have different prices. This particular hammock is underwire brow like they used to get when brows worked. You can bend it too much, it'll snap. Cut down your weight if you want to with these things. These use solid steel calapinas. You replace that with 1 meter of paracord, just wrap it around, it's a lot less weight. The metal thing is just convenience. Other things you can take instead of underquilts, that kind of stuff, an inflatable mattress. Yeah. This weighs barely bugger all and it does a really good job. It's a little bit too hard for me when it's inflated, but even with my asthma I can puff it up in about 2 or 3 minutes. Right, where's my straps? Straps for the tree. So that's my accommodation sorted out. So that is my accommodation. With the rain tarp, keeps you waterproof. Other things you can have, let's see. Paracord. It's not essential, but it is very, very handy to have. An axe. I've removed the illegal part of it, but it's nice to have a little hatchet. It's got a spike on the end. It's an ice axe. Therefore, the pointy end you can use it to dig holes, dig ditches, dig a shit pit or whatever. A saw. This one, very lightweight. Wire saws are great if you've got the technique. If you don't have the technique, they snap. This one is essentially a bow saw blade with a little plastic handle. It costs about 50p. And it works a bloody treat. I use it around the house and on the hedges. Now, if you want, this thing, extremely light. I had issues with it, but now my phone actually works with this, is a drone. Cost me 20 quid, 20, 25 quid. And it's a bit twitchy, but it's a handy thing if you want to pop out the trees, have a look round and see if the zombies have finished feeding on people. So you can have that, lightweight, like a spare set of eyes. A knife, this is a 5 quid knife. You don't need Rambo, you don't need 100 quid for a knife. It's a £5 knife. It does the job. If you give it a double edge yourself, they don't generally come with a double edge, find it down, that way it's a lot more better penetration wise. If you have a razor sharp edge that's going to blunt constantly, all these so-called SAS guys online, Bear Grylls, who is Irish and was never in the SAS, he failed basic training, for fuck's sake. They just do what looks good on TV. They've got no idea about the real world. Those who can do, those who can't go on telly. So, an actual knife, which is always handy. Now, hunting. You've got a knife, you can use that to make snares, you can use that to make a bow and arrow. If you want to actually go and buy something, this is really heavy because it's got darts. This is not a slingshot. It's a catapult. Really simple. Nice catapult. Yeah. So that is very effective. It comes with metal darts that can cut a squirrel at 20 feet. No comment. You can make your own darts. You get a twig, and where the stem comes off the twig, you use that to hook on to here. If that breaks, use a bit of string. Bootlace. Same job. You can use that for hunting. You don't have to take all of that with you, just the catapult. You could even just take the rubber piece and not bother with the catapult itself. Because you can just use that between your fingers, pull back, twang. Another little thing for self-defense and hunting is here. Now this, if I can get it open, is a recent purchase. some nice funky glasses, which are very handy. This is a cat training toy. It's a high-powered cat training toy. So I can't show it near the camera because the camera will delete the video for some reason. But this is effective and it will stun squirrels out of trees. So I would imagine. So it's quite good for self-defense in case you get some knocks at your bedroom window. It's also quite handy if you want to stun a rabbit or something. They just go flop over. So yeah, that very handy thing. I think it was 10 quid, I think. But I got that one because it's rechargeable. It's got a built-in rechargeable battery, USB, same thing. I can use my power pack to recharge it. And of course the glasses, so you don't burn your own eyeballs out with your cat training toy. There's other things you can always put in. You can put in more medication, you can put in a bandage, you can put in wrist straps, you can put in porn mags, you can put in whatever you want. But the essentials and basics. Oh, one more thing that is very, very handy to have. This contains polythermoplastic. You may notice a lot of my bags are from crash helmets. This, very lightweight, is polythermoplastic. It is 10 meters by 3, which means I can actually wrap it around twice the 3-meter hammock. And it's because it's polythermoplastic, you can actually tighten a knot without it breaking. It does have a hole in it because I was using twigs and stones and it was really hammering down. Anyway, this gives you 100% water protection, wind protection, everything. It's a bit bulky, but it is 100% waterproof. It's designed for polytunnels and it costs about 10 quid. This is basics. You want a 3-course meal, you want to take deodorant and things of that nature, then you're not bugging out, you're going on holiday. I've seen videos of people where they taking their doggy treats and 2 different types of aftershave. Why? This is not a bug out scenario, that's going on a date. If you're smelly, you've got a cloth. Give yourself a rinse. It's not rocket science. If you want to take a bit of soap, take a bit of soap. You don't have to. Identify which plants smell nice, scrunch them up, rub them together, ta-da, you smell nice. So yeah, all of this will fit into the Bergen easily, which I do every week, and you can just top it up with food. Lots of dehydrated food.